Hello dear friends, I am Tuggan, welcome to my channel. Today we will talk about dimensions. When we say size, we always get these questions. The following are said in the questions. He says, how to pass to 4D or how to transition to 5D? What do we need to do? I'm getting questions like that. Now let's say something like this. First, it is necessary to say that humanity has a certain limit and it needs to go beyond this limit. If we consistently give the same reaction to the effect we receive, then we are already situated within the confines of that limit. It signifies that we have not surpassed the limit. Presently, at our border, there exists a framework known as belief beneath the border, and a framework known as doubt above it. And we are in the pattern of belief and doubt. Currently, belief is a preconceived notion. To accept things as they are. Doubt is to reject what is as it is. No way, can such a silly thing happen? We reject him by saying something like that. Why do we reject? Because it appears foolish to us, it appears illogical. Because when information originates from beyond the basis of the truths we hold, we state that this does not align with my reasoning. It is absurd. That is the reason why we reject it. Now we need to be in the perspective of a scientist. What does the scientist say? Let's accept this information as correct and not say how nice it is. Or come on, does such a silly thing even exist? What does he or she do? How does he or she look at her? We can take this, question it, evaluate it. It assesses if this information can be true. That is how we should be as well. Therefore, we need to go beyond our border. Subsequently, we may have an opportunity to rise. We need to change and expand our perspective. Now, when we believe something dryly, that thing can also be wrong. We are accepting it directly. Something can be real. It could be information that could also cause us to wake up to reality. But what occurs when we say, no way, that's a silly thing? We decline that info. Then we don't get that info. Now, the situation of perceiving information is as follows. Information is coming, it touches our ear, and from there it reaches the hypothalamus in the brain by braking. If we possess the capacity to perceive that information, then we say ha, because it goes to the hypothalamus, indicating our perception of it. We are able to perceive it. We can create situations we refer to as inspiration can happen. However, if we possess a consciousness that rejects, then it arrives, impacts the pain, retreats in the same way it arrived, and we are unable to perceive it. Expanding our view, incoming information breaks there and reaches the hypothalamus, enabling perception of it. What happens when you perceive? We can start waking up to reality. We can start questioning him. Hit your own mind that something is not real. Neither reject directly nor accept directly. Evaluate this. When you evaluate, your perception will start to expand. Yes, then certainly we will have an opportunity to attain higher dimensions. Now let's have a conversation about dimensions. Dimensions in our cosmos, what's going on? What is ending? Let's see. Our dimension consists of 12 dimensions. So our universe consists of 12 dimensions. 13 on top of 12 dimensions. When we go beyond the dimension, we are going out of the real matrix. Then we wake up. With the genetic diagnostic entity, we merge with our consciousness. Then we are genuinely united and in harmony. We even embrace our adversary. And a strong sense of compassion emerges. Already 13. This is the sense of size. It is a sense of compassion. It is a feeling of unity. Then we are able to observe everyone as whole and complete and recognize them as an integral part of ourselves. We can fully awaken to reality. A human ascending to the fourth dimension enables us to surpass the matrix system, meaning going beyond this manipulation fed to us. In other words, it lets us transcend the fake matrix. Humanoid and Reddit entities 12. If they surpass size, they go beyond real matrix, and then they wake up to reality. They are starting to become one with high egos. Then a new adventure begins. After that, it keeps rising like this. We continue to pass through Holden. At present, due to the importance and gravity of these situations, we're in the period called Doomsday. We're in the awakening consciousness period. That's why this info is shared. Now let's consider these dimensions one by one. First dimension, Sorry, let me say this first. Scientists say the universe has 11 dimensions in the theory of elections, not including the 0th dimension of nothingness. That's why they say 11 dimensions. Normally 12 dimensions. Now 0th dimension is dimension of nothingness. There is no awareness. The first dimension is the dimension where minerals are found. There is no awareness in that. Only the structure we call body is involved. In the second dimension, we possess the structure that is commonly referred to as body and soul. Certain animals and plants, in reality, the majority of plants and a few animals actually exist in the second dimension. The third dimension is the dimension of body, mind, and soul. Whales and most humans are in the third dimension. They are composed of body, mind, and soul. In the fourth dimension, love is also added. It is the dimension of perceiving and expressing love, body, mind, soul, and love dimension. The fifth dimension is also known as the dimension of wisdom, because wisdom is also arriving. The body, mind, soul, love, and wisdom are all approaching. Additionally, this is the dimension where dolphins are found. The dimension of the fifth dimension, the dimension of the sixth dimension, is what we refer to as the dimension of love. Positively highest positivity, negatively highest negativity, sixth dimension. As the dimension of love, I mean it in a positive way, of course, as the dimension of love. Do not possess affection for everything, embracing each and every individual, experiencing a profound love and compassion for each and every person. When passing to seventh dimension, individuals turn neutral as explained prior, regardless of positive or negative origin. When we reach the seventh dimension, we reach the dimension we call neutral, and dragons are in the seventh dimension. The dragons are additionally assigned with the responsibility of protecting the stargates by the archangels. They also serve as guardians of the stargates. In general, dragons have undergone a transformation from negative to neutral. That is the reason why they become aggressive. It is stated in the religious books of their respective faiths. 8. The dimension refers to the dimension in which the guide entities are situated within the task environment. 8. Guidance commences at the level. An individual is warm energy, serves as a guide for individuals. 9. When we make the transition to the dimension, that energy starts to cool down and decrease in temperature a bit more. Because masculine energy is rising, when masculine energy rises, a greater power begins to emerge. The person is getting closer to divinity. Certainly they persist in providing guidance and support, ensuring that their assistance remains consistent. 10. When I passed the dimension, it was 10. The dimension of forgiveness is in the dimension of magnitude. God is also known as the dimension of well-being and energy. And it is a rather cold type of energy. It has a temperature of 11 degrees. The size of the dimension where peace is revealed is such that the individual starts to feel an overwhelming sense of tranquility, experiencing a deep and profound inner calm. 12. The size is the dimension of awe-inspiring. Now that peace becomes so intense that a person enters into an incredible state of awe. Beyond this dimension, 13. When we reach it, it's already 13, also known as size completion. It's the dimension of unity and integrity. It's now 12. The person exceeds the matrix due to its size. More floors will be activated. And it will be moved to a different system. The divine system is shifted to the RAP system above it. Yes, at this moment, how does it happen? Like I mentioned, the act of jumping between dimensions. Let me provide an answer to the question of how we can skip dimensions like this. It is necessary to be done. We must strive to distance ourselves from negative thoughts and negative perspectives as much as we can. First one. Secondly, we need to increase frequency. When we increase frequency, we feel both ourselves and healthy because vibration is very high. It additionally creates an opportunity for us to make a leap in size. At the same time, it becomes more energetic and stronger because the frequency increases and our immune system strengthens. This already provides our defense against things like viruses. That's why the frequency must be increased in any case, regardless of other factors or considerations that may arise. Engaging in the act of listening to music that enhances frequency, like binaural beats, utilizing items such as rose essence, lavender scent, and other similar elements, additionally elevates frequency levels. Of course, the most important thing is to be cooled. All the negative emotions and thoughts we have experienced until this age should flow out of our bodies. In order for my enthusiasm to increase more quickly, I have already accomplished this in my own practices related to healing. First, it releases the negative energy within the person. After that, I charge high potential energy so that the ascent happens faster. Let me explain about the process of size jumping. What kind of things, experiences, and what happens when a person jumps dimensions? Now, in this process of dimensional leap, we have two guide angels, another guardian angel joins him, and we possess three guardian angels. Throughout this process, an individual has soared with the wings bestowed by the celestial domains. The wings go away. A person creates their own wings. It starts to transform from a kind of caterpillar into a butterfly. Throughout this process, you might experience joint pain, insomnia, sudden awakenings in the middle of the night, feelings of collapse, and sudden bouts of crying that occur unexpectedly. So when something like this happens, if you notice it, and if you are a person who has entered into an investigation, and at the same time experiencing these, then it means that you have started your journey, you have entered into that process. So do not evaluate them psychologically. If you've been experiencing psychological things for years, those things continue in this process. That's separate. You are normal and healthy, no problems or psychological issues. Suddenly, all these things I've been talking about happening in a 1-2 week period. Returning to our normal state, process of dimension jumping. Don't confuse psychological state with what I'm explaining. Experiencing mental issues for years doesn't mean you're losing it or going crazy. No problems, as I mentioned. You're social, you meet everyone, everything's fine. But suddenly, when you delve into research, a situation like collapse, like introversion occurs. You have crying spells, stomach pains, insomnia, and changes in eating habits, as I said. Then you go back to your old self within a week or two. And when you return, there is a difference as big as mountains in between. Now you're not sans you. Then you'll grasp you've undergone dimension jumping process and leap dimensions. The process of dimension jumping is performed in this manner. Now, dear friends, today we discuss dimensions without engaging in the act of jumping between dimensions, without involving dimension jumping processes. Here are the individual dimensions, presented one by one. We talked about the need to go beyond the patterns of belief and doubt. So that our perception opens, I can look more understandingly at situations. Otherwise, you would have listened with a closed mind to what I've been telling. Then, as I said, info comes, it's valued in Europe, reflects. Then you will not understand anything. In order to be able to enter and make a change in yourself, what is said requires you to listen with an open mind and be receptive to new ideas and perspectives. Yes, dear friends, our topic today was dimensions. Thank you for listening to me. Take good care of yourself. See you tomorrow. Goodbye.